well, call the meeting to order.
Yes, ma'am. You can call to order.
Okay, all right. So we've got the meeting minutes that you gave us. This is the agenda. Pledge of allegiance.
Yes, ma'am.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So the next item is to approve the agenda that Wes has prepared for us. Did I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second it.
Okay, the agenda's approved. Election of officers.
Yes, ma'am. So you all annually elect a chairperson and vice chairperson. I realize there are three of y'all here today. If y'all want to do it today, you can, or if you'd rather wait until you have all seated members, you can do that as well.
So who is on the board? Wanda, Jennifer, me?
And Mr. Charlie Andrews.
Okay.
I propose we wait for everyone,
I think so.
just to see if there's an interest in.
Yeah.
changing
So,
position.
yeah, so you obviously were the chairperson last time, and Tony DiBernardo was the vice chairperson.
Right,
He's no longer on the commission, so.
Right.
But since you are here, you can still act as chairperson today, and I think if you all, the next time we meet, we can, hopefully all five will be here, and y'all can do it then if y'all want to do that.
hopefully it won't be a year from now.
Right, yeah, I'm hoping, yeah, it'll be again this year.
Yeah, okay, sounds good. Approval of minutes from the June 24th meeting.
I wasn't here, so I'm not going to make any kind of motion.
I wasn't
You
here
can-
either.
You can still vote to approve the minutes. Yep.
She's like, hey, I'm here in the corner.
We talked about it before, and yeah,
Okay.
even though you weren't here, you're still able to vote and,
Okay,
comment on
I
it.
left them over. I mean, they it seems pretty straightforward, you know. So I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Perfect.
Minutes are approved. And I'll sign them and give it back to you, Wes.
Yes, thank you. Those are the ones from the previous meeting, not
Right.
the June one. Those are the ones from the other one before. So I'll send you the June ones
Okay.
today. The ones y'all just approved today.
Right. And so then we've got public comment. Our new business is to consider 39 Ocean Boulevard as a historic landmark. Are you a parent?
Yes, I
Nice to meet you. I walk by your house every day when I go to the beach.
Mhm. Same.
My poor dilapidated garden.
It looks good. Your garden is doing a lot better than my garden, that's for sure.
Had a nice 8-point buck in my yard last month.
Oh, wow.
And yesterday afternoon.
Nice.
We get them occasionally at our house too. We're kind of in the open space behind your house,
Oh, okay.
up in Chickahawk.
Yeah, I'll make a few statements.
Okay,
All right, so this is actually a public hearing, so you have opened the public hearing. So on behalf of staff, I'll just provide a little bit of information. Town staff submitted the designation report to you all for review in June. I realize not all of y'all were here at that time, but we did submit it to you all in June, and you all approved it to be sent to the State Historic Preservation Office for review and comment. And they reviewed it, and they did provide comments, and they just wanted us to talk more about the changes that have been made to the original structure since, from back when it was constructed until present day. So in section 6, in the architectural significance section of the report on page 3, we touch on, the windows and shutters, the doors, the roof, how 2/3 of it or 1/3 of it was replaced due to a tropical storm. Out of the 5 entry doors, all but one have been replaced with fiberglass doors. There are still some shutters. 14 shutters have been replaced, and there are still some that need to be replaced. But other than that, the structure is still consistent with the original design when the house was built. And that was, let's see.
1952.
Yeah, approximately around 1952. And again, the owner is Ms. Perrin Gardner. She's here today. She's submitted the application to designate the property and the structure at 39 Ocean Boulevard as a historic landmark. By ordinance, you all are required to review and make a recommendation on request to designate property as landmark. So you all would vote to recommend to designate or not to designate the structure and property at 39 Ocean Boulevard based on the information that's been submitted in the report, as well as any information Ms. Perrin Gardner would like to provide here in a second. Also in your packets, in addition to the report, we included the required architectural description that was prepared by local architect Chris Nason, where he talks about the architectural aspects of the structure. And we also included the elevation drawings that his office put together for this property, as well as many other flat tops in the town. So all that information was provided in your packets. And if y'all have any questions, I can try to answer them. Otherwise, I'll turn it over to Ms. Gardner to see if she has any comments or would like to add anything as part of the public hearing.
What I've put on there is, what I've known, what my father has told me. My grandfather was 3 months after it was built, and it had gone down to me as the third generation. So, and I'm not ready to sell that. My son has forbidden me to sell it.
And you live there full-time?
I do.
Yeah.
I work at Southern Shores Pizza.
Southern Shores what?
I work at Southern Shores Pizza,
Oh, okay.
and I'm also general manager of Boulevard Ice Cream.
Good for you. How far to go?
So
Two blocks.
I have a question. Will this go to your son then, as a
Yes.
fourth generation? Okay, great.
That is my plan. Unless something happens to him,
Right,
because, and you never know, it will stay in my family. If anything happens to Brian, it will probably go to my first cousins.
gotcha.
Their mom, when Granddaddy died, it went to Debbie and Sid, which is his sister. They traded properties, and Daddy and Mama came together.
Okay.
Then, when Mama died, her share went to Daddy. When Daddy died, because my brother died in '98,
Mhm.
everything came to me.
Gotcha.
So, and I told my son in 2018, when you graduate high school, my ass is moving back to the beach.
Right.
Because I left in '94,
Where were you living?
Scotland Neck,
Okay.
which is about 2.5 hours. And we were coming down here 5, 6 times in the summer and sometimes in the winter. And, Mom and Daddy were coming down here more in the winter than they were in Scotland Neck. And that's why the windows were changed, because the windows were single pane. They didn't fit securely. They would rattle in the northeaster. And, Mom was like, I need warmth.
Mm-hmm.
So, they changed all but 2 of the 6-foot windows in the, U of our house, because our house is a U shape. And, the 2 shutters above those 2 windows are still the original shutters.
I've represented the buyers and sellers at 41 Ocean Boulevard like 3 or 4 times and selling, so I've stared at your house a lot during open houses.
Yeah.
I'm sitting out on the
But
front
when,
porch.
Kathy,
Oh, through the last, I don't even know, I think I sold it for the first time in like 2008.
okay,
And then I held an open house and met the buyers, and so I had both sides. I had both sides twice on that.
Kathy, had credit.
Is that right next door?
Yes, right next door.
Yeah. So Kathy had credit,
Mhm.
had, and,
Yeah.
Mama would bring her black lab and their lab, and would come over and visit and all that, so, yeah.
Very cool. Good history.
Yep.
When you were on the Flat top tour one year.
2019.
Yep. I want to.
But now that we have 5 cats and my 23-year-old son, I told Sally, I said, I just cannot
No,
do it.
I don't blame you.
So, but I help out with the flat top.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. Is there any other questions, discussion?
Not for me.
No.
Okay.
Good.
So we are voting to approve this, to recommend that the council designate this as a historic landmark. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. You all would be voting to recommend approval or disapproval of designation of the structure and property at 39 Ocean Boulevard.
Well, I'd like to make that motion.
To
To
approve, to designate
Yes.
the structure and property at 39 Ocean Boulevard
Yes.
as historic landmark.
And I will second that.
Okay?
All
And then
in
y'all just-
favor?
you got
Aye.
it. Perfect.
I want to see more of these houses. I would like to see that round top next
Right
door to
next
you.
door to you.
Yeah.
Frank White is his name, owns it, and his nephew Steve is the one who does a lot of work on it.
I think I've talked to him when I was coming back from the beach one day, and I said, hey,
Yeah.
but I think, Wes, it would be a great idea to do another mailer. I'll work on that this fall.
Sure, yeah, we can do that. And just for reference, you said 41?
Mhm. With the pool. Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah. Used to be known as Cowabunga.
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
They used to fly one of those big cows out of
Oh,
the
gosh, I
top,
remember that.
and that stairway is now gone.
Mhm.
Hmm.
And then the round top is on Skyline, Wes.
Yeah,
it's
it's
right
right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
There's two of them.
Yeah, these two,
Yeah,
okay.
And that's the nephew of the lady who owned it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've talked to somebody of the other round top.
Yeah, that's Gorman,
Mhm.
Tim Gorman.
Right.
There's a round top on one of the avenues as well, but they've made some changes to it. Awashinko, I think is Houston.
There's one on Wax Myrtle as well.
Yeah, nice one.
Yeah.
They've
Yeah.
kept that up. Yeah, I'll have to go through and maybe identify some of these that are eligible.
Yeah, we still have the inventory that as properties have been designated. A few of them have been designated over the years, so
Mhm.
we still have that list that I've kept current.
What about Kelly's?
Kelly,
The one, she's the flat top, in fact, she's right at the very bottom in that curve, other direction. Bring your screen this way, that one right there.
Oh, yeah, she
That's
was
the
on
flat
the,
top.
they were on the tour too.
Yeah,
Lamb
she
Broth.
is heading up she is doing the flat top tour for next year.
Oh, wow.
She's taking over from Sally. So what's it, Twitty?
Has she applied for?
I don't know.
No, she hasn't. I see her every now and then because my path to the beach isn't
Uh,
right across the street from that
Yeah.
house.
Kelly and Steve.
I don't think people
Oh,
realize
yeah.
how easy it is to apply, just
Mhm.
supply you with the information and pictures and whatnot, and we do the rest.
I had one property owner send me, we went back and forth with some email communication a couple months ago, as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
They were considering applying.
and that's 43 Ocean Boulevard.
Okay, right then.
Powell House.
Okay.
Their dad and uncle built it in the late 50s.
Yeah, these are the folks that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've met them
Mhm.
before.
Yeah.
That was on the
Joe
flat top. yeah.
Powell and Curlo, and I cannot remember what Vicky's, last name is.
Built in 1956, according to Derek County.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see more houses on the designated for sure. All righty. Well, I'm glad we able to do that. Any other public comment from the audience?
Simmer down, everyone, one at a time.
Anybody here have any comments?
Nope.
I'd like to welcome Jennifer as our newest member. Thank you.
Welcome, nice to meet you.
I don't have any announcements.
I do, just a few minutes. There's a video I'd like to show you all. It's
Okay.
just a little over 4 minutes. Our town council met this past Tuesday. I don't know if any of y'all heard or saw the video of it, but at the end of the agenda, there was they watched this video. It's about the Paul Gambles Hill Life Saving Station. Are any of y'all familiar with that?
Yes.
In the Seacrest Village area.
Mhm.
So there's a short video. Have y'all seen the video? Okay. It was put together. It's been a while since it was put together by resident Bob Moyer or with Bob Moyer. So anyway, we'll watch this real quick and then I'll just kind of go over what they said.
And that was in Seacrest Village.
Yes.
It's on the other
This was
street.
a watery I-95 out here. If you were in trade and commerce and you were moving cargo from, say, Baltimore or Philadelphia or New York, it needed to go to Savannah. It had to go by boat, and there were many, many vessels transiting these waters. There was, over a period of decades, something like, on average, 1 wreck a week of sailing vessels primarily. So what I would like to do this evening is to share with you things that I've learned about the Paul Gambles Hill U.S. Life-Saving Station that used to be here in Southern Shores.
Bob Moyer is a Southern Shores resident who became interested in the U.S. Life-Saving Service after seeing an abandoned station near the Currituck Beach Lighthouse. He has extensively researched the Life-Saving Service since then, especially the Paul Gambles Hill Station, and recently gave a presentation during a Southern Shores Civic Association meeting to suggest the placement of a plaque to dedicate the former location of the station.
I live at 5/8th Avenue, Southern Shores, and it's 1 block from Hillcrest Beach, south of it. And come to find out, during the height of the life-saving service time, which ran roughly from the mid-1870s up to 1915, there were 29 life-saving stations built on the Outer Banks in North Carolina. The more I read about it, I learned that there were approximately 5 to 6 miles between stations. So at one point I'm scratching my head and I thought, well, if you go 5 miles south from Caffey's Inlet Station, which is up where Sanderling Hotel is now, 5 or so miles, you're right into Southern Shores. Now, where is this? Where was the old life-saving station? Had to be one here. And I did finally find an old Army map from 1943 that showed the Paul Gamble Hills Station right smack dab in the middle of Southern Shores. Come to find out, that station was, when it was in existence, it wasn't there now, obviously, but it was right smack dab at the public beach, Hillcrest. I had a sense that from an old National Geographic map that I had that there were wrecks right off of here. So I wanted to tie in the wreck and the time with the experience of the crew of Paul Gambles Hill Station, and found that if I contacted in the National Archives in Atlanta, there was papers from the original station records, handwritten in form, that I got them to copy and send me for the dates when the wrecks occurred. There were 7 named wrecks during this time, 1883 to 1932. From these named wrecks, there were 50 mariners that were cared for, aided, or brought ashore physically by the crew of this station, including on one wreck, they had a couple of tamed bears that the crew went out. The crew of the wreck, they just waded ashore because the wreck came up so high, but there were 2 tamed bears in the captain's cabin, and so the crew of Paul Gambles Hill here went out and brought the bears in. I don't know exactly how that came to pass, but it was an interesting part of the report. I just think these life-saving station crews, later Coast Guard crews, should all be applauded a bit for, in some cases a lot, for all that they were able to do in terms of safeguarding the welfare of mariners. And I think we should all have our hats off to them.
So was the plaque approved?
So at the meeting Tuesday night, they watched this video and then there was some discussion about a plaque. And there is a marker on like a sign. I'll show you, there's a picture of it. There currently, right now, this sign is on the property. It's kind of hard to make out.
Mhm.
But I think the idea is to maybe do something a little, like a more historic, one of those markers, historic markers, something like that, something a little stands out a little more than this, I think. But also what I suggested to them was that bring it up. They wanted to bring it up with you all, the idea of a sign, marker, plaque. And then also I told them I would bring it up with you all to see if there was an interest in, going down that road, if you all would like to be involved. And then also that in our ordinance for designating historic landmarks, it doesn't apply just to houses. It applies to a site. So theoretically, we could request to designate a portion of this area or this site as a historic landmark and just call it the Paul Gambles Hill Historic Landmark Site. So I told them I would bring that up with you all to see if there was an interest. And if there was, maybe we could schedule a future meeting with the commission later this month on, how we go about doing that.
I'm totally in favor of
Yeah,
it. I
me
think
too.
it's an awesome idea. And I'd love for our commission to be
Yeah.
involved.
I think, great. That's great. I thought that y'all would be. So obviously one of the things that we would have to do is make sure the Southern Shore Civic Association is involved as they own that property.
Right.
So I think one of the first steps is maybe we'll just schedule a meeting with the commission and just kind of brainstorm how we go forward with it. And we can certainly ask someone to attend. And it may be that we need to schedule a meeting with the chair and vice chair and their president, vice president as well. So I think for now, I just wanted to see if you all agree that you're interested.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
I
so the SSCA owns Hillcrest Beach Access?
They do.
Do they pay taxes?
They are a nonprofit organization. They
Okay.
do not pay taxes.
So, okay, so they own the property free and clear. So it's not like they would be applying for it for tax benefits.
They would not be, it could still be designated as a landmark, but they wouldn't be eligible to receive the tax benefit.
Okay,
But if you look on GIS, this is the parcel they own, the Hillcrest Beach Access. So this is their parking lot, obviously, and then here's the actual access. I'm not sure, the marker looked like it was, where'd it go? It's hard to tell where it is.
Yeah.
I think it's a great idea. I have a question. Do you have to submit this to the state like all of our other?
It would be just like anything else. We have to
Okay.
submit, you all would have to recommend that we submit a report to the state. We'd have to do a report just like this. We've never done one here in Southern Shores for a site.
just a site.
We've done, houses and property that the houses sit on, but we have not done a site. Yep. And that's what this would be. And I think it would be really cool to do as well.
I do too. Can I make that recommendation with everybody's approval that you approve?
I will say by consensus, you all agree to pursue, posting a plaque or additional signage on the site, as well as pursue looking into designating the property as a historic landmark for the Paul Gamble Hill Light Saving Station.
And submitting to the state.
Yes.
Okay. I'm in
Excellent.
favor.
Mhm.
So you all don't have to vote. We'll just say you all agree by consensus.
Yeah.
So I will talk to you, Ms. Whitley, about a future meeting agenda. We'll put together a meeting where hopefully all 5 members can be present,
Okay.
and we'll make that the agenda item, as well as your election of officers.
Okay.
And we'll
Sounds good.
we'll start talking about how we can go about
Yeah.
doing it. We can invite council as well, or members of council, the mayor, and maybe they can share their thoughts about it
Okay.
too. So, very good. Well, thank
Great.
y'all. I appreciate your attention to that.
Yep. Anybody have anything else?
No, ma'am?
A motion to adjourn?
Yep. Make a motion to adjourn.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Bye. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Thank
meet
for
you.
applying. All right, back to flipping pancakes.